Welcome, race fans, to another edition of American Dirt Track Racing. This afternoon, we brought our Strawser Motorsports video cameras to the Path Valley Speedway on this beautiful, sunshiny Sunday afternoon. We have a pretty good field of micro sprints on hand and a big field of mini stocks and pure stocks. Joining me on top of the tower this afternoon will be Ken Stahl. He'll be helping me handle all the lap-by-lap exciting action here at Path Valley.
Well, it's good to be back here, John. My second trip to Path Valley, and track in great shape for this afternoon racing program, and we're scheduled to get off and underway shortly with the first heat race of the afternoon.
Well, we have a pretty good turnout of fans on hand here once again, but not quite as good as it is on their regular Friday night deal.
Well, I think you get your normal crowd on a Friday night, and they're used to that. They got rained out, and they're using the rain date here, and seems like when you go to a rain date, you always do lose a few people. That's for sure. I was down in the pit area a little bit earlier before we got set up here this afternoon. I talked to a few of the drivers, so while we wait for the first qualifying heat race, what do you say we take a look at the interviews I did with the drivers a little bit earlier. Standing here right now in the micro sprint pits at the Path Valley Speedway with Rick Koenig, I believe it's pronounced, right, Rick?
Yeah, that's correct.
And you're the driver of the Stallard Engineering house car here, the number 27S. How long have you been racing micros, Rick?
This is my second year. Last year I started out, and that's where I started from, and now this is where I'm at now.
Just started last year, and you're already in the winner's circle. I guess you won last night at Hill Valley?
Yeah, that was our 9th win this year.
9 wins. That's pretty good. How about driving a house car? Does that put any added pressure on you or anything?
Well, yeah, everyone thinks that you should always be up front. You know, it's one of them deals where I just sit back and just do the best I can. And
well, you guys sell what you race, so I guess it is pretty tough. I mean, you got customers out there, I'm sure, that are just as fast as you are a lot of nights.
Oh yeah, that's a big problem. We have a couple customers. You know, another guy down from where I'm from just got into it this year, and we helped him out. And every time we race up against him, you know, he's always right there. He's always, you know, beating on our door, or else we're beating on his door.
You had to feel pretty good about having this car featured in Open Wheel magazine here a couple of months ago.
Yeah, we were happy. It was a real good turnout for Open. You know, it did a real good job for us as far as selling cars and stuff. And
I'll bet. Today we have a day race situation here at Path Valley. The track will probably get pretty hard and dry and slick, I would imagine. There's not a lot of cars here. Do you think it is because of the daylight show?
Yeah, I believe a lot of guys don't like to run in the daytime. Every time there seems to be a Sunday show, it usually only turns out to be like 15, 20 cars around. I don't know why, because we're going to try to run Path Valley today and head up to Banana for tonight, because they start at 7 o'clock tonight. We're going to see what happens here. It depends how late it gets here.
So it'll make a pretty busy weekend for you. If you can win here today and win tonight at Banana, well, you'd have a pretty good weekend.
We have a real good weekend.
Okay, Rick, it's been a pleasure meeting you for the first time and talking to you here. I know Mark, your car owner. I know Mark for a couple of years, but first time I got a chance to actually meet the driver here. And we want to congratulate you on your win last night, and good luck today.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Do bet. Okay, we're back here at the Path Valley Speedway, just about set to go with the first heat race of the afternoon. We go down over the starting lineup. On the pole in the number 5S will be Greg DeSantis. Make that Craig DeSantis, and alongside him in car number 31 will be Dave Woodrow, I guess it is.
Row 2 inside, starting third in the 11G will be Dave Grove, and starting fourth in car number 76S, Eugene Johnson.
In that fifth starting spot, in car number 111 will be Jim Callahan Jr., and alongside him, the number 1 will be Lance DeWeese.
Starting 7th in car number 2 will be Scotty Snyder, and outside of him, starting 8th in the 9 will be Kerry Shane.
In that 9th starting spot will be the number 27S. This is the Maverick Stallard house car driven by Rick Koenig, and alongside him will be the number W2 of Jason Waite, and bringing up the rear will be the 34 of Jack Armstrong. We've got green flag on the speedway in this, the first qualifying heat race for the micros.
And Craig DeSantis quickly takes the lead in car 5 as he heads down the backstretch and into turn number 3. DeSantis at the front of the pack. Right now the Shawley's house car is on the inside, and that's the 111 of Jimmy Callahan. He takes over second.
Jim Callahan moving into that second spot right now. Everybody chasing the number 5S of Greg DeSantis. That's the EMC house car. A good battle here for that third position now between the number 76 of Eugene Johnson and the number 11 of Dave Grove.
and Rick Koenig and Lance DeWeese right behind those two, as we got a real good battle right now for that third spot. Up front, it continues to be Craig DeSantis. He's actually pulling away from Jimmy Callahan Jr., who runs second. This will be lap number 4 and halfway this time.
4 down and 4 to go on your leader, Craig DeSantis. There you see the number 76 of Wayne Johnson being hotly pursued by the number 11 of Dave Grove. As we'll continue to watch him, Rick Koenig riding along in that 5th position right now in the number 27.
This is lap 5 they're completing right now, and we'll get the 2-lap sign the next time around. It looks like Craig DeSantis has the right combination. There's a pass going on the speedway as Koenig moves up to 4th.
Koenig will now set his sights on the number 76 of Wayne Johnson. Eugene Johnson, I should say, for that 3rd spot. They'll be coming around this time and picking up the white flag from our starter, Pat Snyder.
1 to go for your leader, Craig DeSantis. Jimmy Callahan Jr. in that 2nd spot. There's DeSantis on your screen. He takes the car down into turn number 3 and out of turn 4, and he'll pick up the win in heat race number 1.
Checkered flag waves. DeSantis will pick up the win, as you said, Ken. Finishing in that 2nd spot will be the number 111 of Jim Callahan Jr. Finishing 3rd will be the 76 of Eugene Johnson.
Car number 11 of Dave Grove finished 5th, and right behind him, qualifying 6th in the 1, was Lance DeWeese.
So there's your winner on the screen, the number 5, the EMC House car, driven by Craig DeSantis, and we'll be back with more action here from the Path Valley Speedway. Okay, we're back here at the Path Valley Speedway for the 2nd qualifying heat race for the micro sprints. Starting on the pole will be the number 74 of Randy Keeler, and alongside him in car number 21M will be Chuck Morrow.
Starting in the 3rd spot in the Camel Express number 26 will be Billy Swartz, and right beside him, starting 4th, one of the heavyweights making her very few starts, one of a very few starts, I should say, for 1987, Bev Kasner in car 44.
In that 5th position will be the number 15, the other Maverick Stallard House car, driven by Tom Snyder. Picked up a win here the last time we were at Path Valley Speedway, and alongside him, in car number 65 will be Mark Wetzel.
Starting in the 7th spot in car 39 will be Bob Suter, I believe it is, and starting 8th in the 32, Danny Robinson.
I believe it's pronounced Sauter. If you remember, he was down at Linda Speedway. We covered a show down there, Ken. Okay, in that 9th starting spot, in the number 50B, will be Merritt Burge, and alongside him in car number 00 will be Gary McGee, son of the track owner here at Path Valley.
And starting scratch in the event in car number 2X will be Terry Schaefer.
Okay, there's your 11 starters, 8 laps the distance. We'll be back for the waving of the green flag. We're back in here at the Path Valley Speedway, just about set to go with heat race number 2 as the field comes tearing off turn number 4. Car number 74, Randy Kaler, your leader. Billy Swartz runs in that 2nd spot, being followed closely by Chuck Morrow in the 3rd position. Tommy Snyder now making a bid on Morrow as they come off turn number 4. Kaler continues to lead.
1 lap in the book, and Billy Swartz right now hugging the inside in the Camel Express, but he loses some ground. Your leader, Randy Kaler, as they come off of turn 4. This is lap 2 on Kaler at the front of the pack.
And the yellow flag comes out for car number 32, who got in a little bit of trouble. That's Denny Robinson coming off of turn number 2 on the last lap. As right there you see him on the screen, he'll catch up to the tail end of the field. And we'll be back with the restart. Okay, we'll watch them as they come off turn number 4. Starter Pat Snyder signaling one more trip around on your leader, Rick Kaler. So we'll just hang right in here. Kaler, one of the veterans of micro sprint racing. Bill Swartz, of course, in that very popularly painted number 26, the Camel Express. Looks in trouble in the middle of the backstretch. Car jumping up over. That was Morgan in the number 44. Well, Bev Kasner actually driving the car today. The green flag waves, and we're back underway with Rick Kaler, your leader.
A lot of bumping back there, but fortunately everybody keeps them straight. And we're back underway with Kaler driving the Kaler's custom car right at the front as we complete lap number 3. Billy Swartz continues to run second, and the 21 has now moved into the 3rd spot.
Chuck Morrow in car number 21 is running 3rd, as you said, Ken. Right behind him is Tommy Snyder in the number 15, and then it's Mark Wetzel in car number 65.
So Kaler continues to lead them as they're pretty much single file around the speedway, and the track's starting to get a little black as we have problems down here in turn number 1. Problems in turn 1 and now turn 2 as car 32 has rolled to a stop. That's Denny Robinson.
Robinson's been having a tough day of it here. He got in trouble in turn number 2 a little bit earlier and brought out the yellow. This will be his second yellow light, and we'll be back with yet another restart. Okay, we'll try it again with your leader, Rick Kaler, as he comes off turn number 4. The green flag waves, and we're back underway. Kaler, followed by Schwartz and the number 21S of Chuck Morrow.
There's a side-by-side battle on your screen with Mark Witzel in car 65 trying to get around the Maverick number 15, and he does so. He moves up into the 4th spot as we get the halfway sign. Kaler continues to lead.
Rick Kaler out in front of Billy Schwartz, but here comes Schwartz now charging in on turns 3 and 4. Schwartz right in that second position, and it looks like the 74 of Rick Kaler may be in trouble here, Ken.
Kaler continues to lead, but Schwartz is after him right now as they head through turn number 3 and 4. They're wheel to wheel as we get the 2-lap sign, 2 to go on Rick Kaler.
Billy Schwartz down on the inside looking at the back window, the number 74 of Rick Kaler as they head into turn number 3. Mark Witzel now on a charge moves into that 3rd spot.
We had him actually 3 wide there. Those 3 cars, I believe the number 21 has developed a problem. He is slowing. That's Chuck Morrow dropping off of the pace. We're going to get the checkered this time off of turn number 4, and we're going to give it to the 74 of Randy Kaler.
Randy Kaler picks up the win. Finishing in that 2nd spot will be Billy Schwartz. Mark Witzel will take 3rd. Tommy Snyder will be your 4th place finisher, and finishing 5th in car number 39 will be Bob Sauter. So I believe I inadvertently was calling Randy Kaler Rick Kaler, but I believe he does have a brother, Rick Kaler, and I think that's where I picked that up. But Randy Kaler, your winner in the Kaler's custom race car paint, number 74. And we'll be back with more racing action from the Path Valley Speedway. Standing here now with Eugene Johnson, driver on the number 76S car here at Path Valley. This will be your home track here, right, Eugene?
Yeah, that's it. So,
did you get into micro racing when they built this track, or had you been in it before?
no, when we got into here. That's when we got it.
I take it you live real close to the speedway then?
Yeah.
Who all's on the crew here? Looks like you got a bunch of guys working, helping you out.
Yeah, here's Buck. Next to him, Larry. He's the owner of the car. And we got Ralph there laying underneath there. He's changing gears right at the moment.
Yeah, I see him down there.
Yeah. And we got another in here somewhere. Trent, he helps a good bit.
Well, it looks like you got all the comforts of home here. You have a sunscreen up and everything. It's going to be hot here this afternoon. We should see some good racing.
Yeah, I think so. Should.
Okay, well, listen, we want to wish you luck here today, Eugene, and hopefully when the dust clears, you'll be up front.
Okay, we need it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we wandered on down the micro sprint pits and we bumped into Lance DeWeese, who is, we're accustomed to seeing you at a sprint car track, Lance, and I know you've had some motor trouble here in the latter part of the 1987 season, so you kind of came back here and raced with some of your old friends again.
Yeah, this guy asked me to run his car and work some bugs out. I ran these for 2.5 years before sprints, so I figured since I wasn't running nothing in the sprints right now, I'd run them. They're a lot of fun, and they're a good division to start in before moving up to sprints.
Kind of keeps your skills tuned up too, I would think.
Yeah, it helps my reflexes and all, keep them up. So I don't think we'll be out rest of this year yet with the sprinter. I think we're done for the year.
That's bad news. We don't like to hear that, Lance, because you're one of the young aspiring drivers that we think is on the way to the top. You just had met up with, like I said earlier, some engine trouble here at the end of the season. I know the engines are expensive to replace them, but you never know what'll happen. You might even be able to pick up a ride somewhere in the sprint car division yet this year.
Oh, yeah, I got a couple people in mind I want to call this week because some injured drivers and all, but I don't know, it's hard to find a ride at the end of the year like this, and we're really sorry we're missing all the big races because we like those long, big ones.
I was wondering the other night, I didn't see the ICP number 86 car at the Speedway, and someone had told me that it was rumored, at least, that Rick Salem may not be driving that car any longer. Is that true? Do you know anything about that, being that you're from the area?
Well, I'm not from the Lewistown area. I'm 100 miles away from Lewistown, but I got a couple good friends up in Lewistown, and they told me the same thing, that he was leaving. But as far as I know, I don't know, offhand. But you know how rumors are in racing.
That's for sure. Well, listen, if there is an opening there, we certainly hope that you can maybe get in behind that number 86 car here at the end of the year.
Well, I'll give him a call. It never hurts to call people and all, and I can talk to somebody today to find out for sure and all almost.
Yeah, well, right now we're racing micro sprints here at Path Valley. Hopefully you can maybe give these guys a little bit of a lesson here.
Well, the funny thing is, I never won in micro yet. And I already won in sprints. This is a tough division. It's a fine line from 1st to 10th. And it's just real tough here, and it's getting pretty professional now. But they're a lot of fun still, and it's a good division.
Well, we want to wish you luck in it here this afternoon, and we hope we see you back in the sprint car here before this 1987 season's over.
I hope to be there.
Okay, Lance, good luck today.
Thank you.
Be back. We're back here at the Path Valley Speedway. My friend and fellow commentator Ken Stahl had to be at the Penn National Speedway tonight, so getting a little bit late here this afternoon. He had to already leave, so I will be covering the lap-by-lap action here for this afternoon's feature events. And right now I'll get down over the starting lineup for the micro sprint feature. Starting on the pole in car number 5S will be Craig DeSantis, one of your heat race winners, and alongside him in car number 74 will be Randy Kaler. Starting in that third spot in car number 111 will be Jim Callahan Jr., and alongside him in car number 26, the Camel Express, Bill Swartz. Starting in that fifth spot in car number 76S will be Eugene Johnson, and alongside him in car number 65 will be Mark Wetzel. Dropping back to row number 4 now in car number 27S, it's the Stallard Engineering House car driven by Rick Koenig, and alongside him in car number 15 in the other Mark Stallard House car, the number 15 of Tommy Snyder. Dropping back to row number 5 now on the inside in car number 11G will be Dave Grove, and alongside him in car number 39 will be Bob Sauter. Starting in that 11th position in car number 1, the sprint car driver coming from the micro division. In car number 1 will be Lance Deweese, and alongside him in car number 21 M will be Chuck Morrow. Starting 13th in car number 2 will be Scott Snyder, and alongside him in car number 44 will be Bev Kasner. Starting in that 15th starting spot in car number 9 will be Kerry